Alright, Gator Country, Gator Nation, let's get this one going. Got the cookout and the barbecue this weekend. Big recruiting weekend for Billy and this staff. A lot of recruits going to be on campus. I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there up front. Apparently, over the news this week, there's supposed to be a surprise visitor showing up, possibly a surprise commitment, and this commitment will be a flip from another school. So apparently that's out there. Don't know who it is. So that could be some real exciting news for the Gators. There's some rumors of different guys out there, but apparently there's a flip in the works. It's not a done deal yet, but just be on the lookout for that. We got 3 commitments coming with Jakeem Jackson, cornerback, who just got a recruiting rating bump up to a 4-star 9309. You've also got 4-star wide receiver who got a bump in the rankings, basically almost top 100 now. Or he is top 100. He's 70th in the country. Jakeem Jackson's like top 150 now. So these guys are getting that Billy bump. Both of them, 4-star, highly rated wide receiver. Aiden Mazzell, a good player, good pickup, a lot of speed, really fast kid. So he's coming to the Gators this week. And then you've got Jacavius Sori, who could, wide receiver commit. We dropped Tyree Patterson from the class. He's visiting UCF. I do like him to be in UCF's class and flip to them. This is just cutting somebody at the bottom of the class. He's one of our lowest rated commits. The wide receiver room is going to be so talented and so deep. We had to kind of push him out in a respectful way. I wish the best to the kid. I was happy he was a Gator. I thought he was an underrated, talented wide receiver prospect, but it looks like we're going to be upgrading his spot. So he's going to be out. That's going to bring our class average up around the 9-1 spot, which is excellent. We're really hoping that by the end of this cycle, we can get that average up to around a 9-2 to really start competing with the big boys. So you're looking for that. You've also got 4-star safety Jordan Castell, who moved his commitment decision up from October 1st till the end of this month. He's going to be committing to Florida. He's been a lock. He's been tweeting out pro Gator stuff all day, every day. So look for 3 new members of the class. That's 13, 14, 15 kids in the class, possibly 16 by the end of July. And if we get that surprise flip, that's going to be 17 kids in the class just this week. So that's going to put us squarely inside that top 15, borderline top 10 recruiting class, which is awesome, guys. That's a lot better than what a lot of us expected a few months ago. I do believe I'm changing my opinion. The bump class is always year 2. But those are in normal recruiting circumstances. We're also looking now with NIL, the transfer portal, the leagues changing around, teams switching leagues. There's just so much variance now in college football that it's hard to really judge Billy and the staff truly on this class. So after looking at everything, I'm going to reserve judgment. I do think this is going to be a really good class, top 10 class, which is going to help keep us, I think it's going to be upgraded talent. It's not going to be a bunch of kids that don't qualify or that get arrested. These are going to be truly good classes that actually get into school and actually improve the roster. Unlike Mullins, they were all a facade and fake, just an illusion. Those classes were never top 10. You subtract all the kids that never got into Florida, and they were barely top 20 classes. This is a true top 10 class. This will improve this team and make us a legitimate top 10 team going into next year after the talent that Billy added this last class. That I thought was actually really good as well for a transition class. So my judgment on this is that next year is truly going to be Billy's first bump class. I think once he gets things figured out, tweaks everything, tweaks the roster, maybe makes a change on the staff after the season. Basically, this is one part of the evaluation, right? If recruiting's not going well, like at linebacker, it's atrocious right now. We have nobody out there. Malik Bryant's going to Miami. Apparently the rumor is he's been hanging out with Edger and James all week or something like that. So anyway, I'm just assuming the kids in Miami pick up for them. Good for them. Nobody cares. We're getting like 4 or 5 kids this week. It's going to be a glorious week to be a Florida Gator. But anyway, so linebacker's atrocious. We need to upgrade that spot on the staff, in my opinion. But I'll reserve, hold judgment till after the season. I want to see how the linebackers perform on the field, if that makes any difference. And if it does, it does. But if after season's over, recruiting doesn't pick up during or right after, probably the linebacker position on staff needs to be changed up. But other than that, I think the staff is doing well. I think everybody's recruiting at a high level, picking up some really good kids. I feel like all the needs have been met on this staff's recruiting. I think their evaluations are impeccable. The one spot we need to add a few more bodies, and we're going to. I think this is an elite defensive line class that we're going to sign this year, and that's really going to fill a hole in the roster. Those guys are going to have to get on campus early. Hopefully, they're early enrollees. They're going to have to develop very quickly. Um, One other spot is linebacker. Like I said, we've really got to fill some holes there. That's a weak spot on the roster right now on the team. I know everybody's expecting a lot of Ventrell Miller. I love the guy. I think he's a good leader. I think he's an average linebacker. He's not elite. He's not an elite SEC linebacker. He struggled a lot. Really struggled in pass coverage. He gets picked on a lot in that. He's a good hitter. Hard hitting kid. But again, over pursue sometimes, misses gaps. If you listen to the Gator Nation podcast, they break down his film really well. And according to them, he was just not a good linebacker at all. So a lot of people, I think, have overhyped him or kind of overvalued him on the team. I just think his value as a leader, just that leadership on the field and communication, I think will help gel the defense together. But as far as his talent on the field, I think he's going to be a liability out there. I really do. Just like kind of Amari Burney. Those two guys have just never produced up to the level that we had hoped. But yeah, guys, I just want to get some news out there, kind of go over some of the recruiting news for this week before the Friday Night Lights and the big barbecue. I do think it's going to be a big one. You got to think all these guys are on campus together. That's going to create momentum, a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. The new facility is almost done. It's basically done on the outside. I'm sure there's a lot of cosmetic and features on the inside still to come. They are moving into the building. They're moving into the building this week. So this is going to be super awesome. They're going to be able to tour the facilities. I think that's going to give us an edge in recruiting this week and create a lot of excitement around the program. A lot of those kids are probably going to be talking about the new Hefner football complex out there. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. So Billy's going to be showing that off, and I think that might actually help push a couple of these kids over the edge that aren't even on the commit watch list. That's why I said, we might be adding 5 or 6 guys this week. Look for some surprise commits coming out of the weekend. Look for Florida to be named the leader for a few kids coming out. But anyway, guys, hope you guys have a good week. This is just a small update, and I appreciate y'all watching my channel. Thanks.